Hi everybody, it's Andrea, aka Violet Kitty 411, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who has been engaging, comments, liking, subscribing. I do appreciate it. It does help drive this community for this amazing vintage game that we love so much. So we are in downtown, which I have attached to my Pleasant View because eventually Violet and Jake are going to grow up and maybe they're going to want to come down here. And let's go ahead and set it for daytime. It is the only neighborhood that ships with Sims 2 that ships at night. Although for the Sims Pet Stories, they're one of the three neighborhoods for that actually ships at night. Now, there are no actual families in houses with downtown, but there is a dead family, the Tricou family, and they are found here in Gothier Green Lawns and also here, the House of Fallen Trees. And so we're going to go ahead and go into it. There's also a family called Teens, which are all teenagers that can be grown up and married. So they are playable. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. Legitimately, this is the worst build in the game. Probably the worst build in the entire franchise. It has so many why moments. I just cannot fathom why somebody would have created something so terrible. I can't. I just can't. But we're going to try to redesign it. I do not know how successful I'm going to be. I have attempted before. I haven't been successful yet. But we're going to try. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is remove the god awful roof because it's just completely terrible. It is crazy. I mean, in fairness, some of the options I have now did not exist in Nightlife, but we're going to get rid of it. We're also going to get rid of these two dormers because they just don't belong on a house that is shaped like that. Again, that's one of those, why would you do that? What made you think this was a good idea? So we are getting rid of these entirely. We are not putting them back. We're just getting rid of them entirely because I can't. I can't. I don't know why. I don't know why. So the next thing we're going to do, of course, is we are going to strip the house. So I will go ahead and do that. I mean, it's just terrible. I just don't know why they would, what possessed anyone to make a house this ugly. I just don't know. But, you know, I'm wondering if after the person who built this finished, did they look back and think, wow, I just did something incredibly amazing? Or did they say, I just created the ugliest build I have ever seen? Did they do it thinking that they did a good job? I don't know. I can't fathom what was going through their head at this time. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do whatever I can to make it less hideous. And less hideous, I think, is all I can aim for because I don't think I can actually aim for good. All the walls were actually the same bland color, which I'm not mad about. You know, I believe it's beachy keen, but it might not. It looks like it might not be beachy keen. No, it's totally taupe. Okay, yeah, beachy keen's a bit warmer. Anyway, so now that we have got it stripped, let's take a look at one of the other big what were you thinking moments. This. Okay, so the Tricou family clearly has some connection with vampiric lore. I don't know what, but this is just why would you do this? Just why? Okay, so this is properly dug is 4 lengths deep. This has been so many lengths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you know, just so many, 6, 7, just so many. It's just why there is. I can't. I can't. I don't understand what would possess somebody to create something so awful. I don't know. I don't know. But we will fix it to the best of my ability. And that's actually asking a lot because I just don't know how well I will be able to do this. But we're going to do what we can. And there are some things down here on the basement floor that I think the only way I'm going to find them is if I put some carpet down. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, there's those. All right, lights at strange places. Okay. Now, when I actually redesigned the Beaker household, I was incorrect when I suggested that it was the only one with a basement. There was the 173 Road to Nowhere and also this one. And both of those two were done poorly. So we're not going to count them. But now I am going to go ahead and use my terrain tool, the up button, the largest one, and I'm just going to bring it all the way up as far as it will go. So once I got it leveled up to 1 click length of stairs below that, we're going to go ahead and dig it the proper length, which of course is 3 stair clicks. And I can't place the landing because I have something covering it. So let's just go ahead and remove all of these. And I'm not even sure that that's where I'm going to put the staircase, but you know, it is what it is. So there we go. Again, the Y factor of this particular build just doesn't cease to amaze me. Okay, and let's test it by putting the staircase. It fits. Okay, great. So the next thing we will do is make a correction regarding the roof. And so what I am going to do for that is I will actually do a combination style roof. So first I'm going to do your basic hipped roof, and I'm going to take it this far. As a matter of fact, I will actually take it this far, and then I will do another one that I will take this far. Now I will do a long gabled roof that I will connect right there, and another one that I will connect right there. Dunzo. And finally, this is one that of course they didn't have before, but we're going to do an octagonal roof, and we will take it from here right like that, maybe even 2 more. Okay, there we go. Not that high. Wow, that's amazing. Yep, I love when that happens. Okay, so we're going to take it from here, and then I think 6, 2 by 6. Nope, that did not work. Octagonal, I usually find myself dinking around quite a bit with until I get it right. Okay, that overhang looks good. Let's also reduce this to, let's say, 30 and see how that looks. Yep, there we go. And so that's done. Now I do have to put a roof on this level, which I'm not looking forward to. But we will actually cover that with some ceiling tiles as well, just to get that in, so there is no weather in my house issues happening. Now I am going to have to remove these windows here, and actually I'm going to move this tree. I will put that way over here. These windows have to be removed to actually be able to do this. All right, and because they will get in the way. All right, and so we're going to try maybe one of these guys, short gabled, right like that, and another one like that. Okay, that looks good. And then we will try maybe a diagonal short gabled. Let's see how well that works. It's actually kind of interesting. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. It clips a little funny if I do the hipped, but you know what? That's better than it had before. So you know what? We're calling it good. Honestly, there is a point where we're going to just say good enough, and we're dropping these all to a 30 degree just to help. And yeah, we're just saying good enough. Legitimately, I'm calling it good. Okay. And that means I can put these guys back, but I think I have to use move objects on in order to put them back. That's great. And in order to get one onto the diagonal wall, I'm going to have to put move objects off and then clip it in, which is great. And now it won't go. So now I will have to move objects on, and there we go. Hopefully, oh, hold it, that's not right. And now I have to exit to the neighborhood so they look right. And obviously we're not finished, but as we look at it from the neighborhood, it just looks less terrible. It doesn't look good. It looks less terrible. So now that I have the two biggest ick factors of this house taken care of, actually I do need to put a roof on the garage. Let's do that super quick. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this veranda, but I'm actually going to leave it just as it is, but I will actually change the trim because this is supposed to be a mansion and it looks a little too plebeian in my estimation. We're not going to use this fencing. We will actually use wrought iron fencing, but not that one. We're also going to replace all the columns with something a bit more stately, the Amish Sim Metropole column, but we will also be using the move objects on as well as set quarter tile placement on to give them better placement. So with doing that, pulling this paint into the roof, also changing the roof that offered this color trim, I feel like it pulled things together better and overall looks better. I am going to look for a different staircase here because this just doesn't work for me. Okay, so these stairs nouveau that have a little bit of green trim also pull together with the reds and the greens, and I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. Okay, so from the outside, it looks so much better, much more intentional, and now we get to tackle the inside. And I'm not sure what to do about that. The one thing I know I am going to do, though, is change the front door from here to here. And of course, move objects has to be off in order to do that because it's a diagonal wall, and there we go. Okay, now it's time to create a floor plan for this monstrosity, and legitimately it looks less like a monstrosity because I put a much friendlier roof line on it, but let's go in. Now, you know how I say that diagonal walls should be used judiciously? It's because of crap like this. Now, this is basically a square design with some diagonals cut out, but it's crazy. So it took me more than a little bit of time to come up with a decent floor plan, and I'm not thinking it's great. I just think it sucks less than it normally would. So that's what we're going for, sucking less. So of course, like I normally would, I have to work with a concept of a good floor plan, and we're going to go ahead and use the same placement of the stairs to the basement, but going the opposite direction. Of course, the basement is also not some crazy, stupid depth. So there's that. So I'm going to have the stairway come up to open right there. And so this is lost space. That's fine. We don't care. And what I am going to do for the main floor is we are actually going to create an entryway like this with just a little area here which will be pulling together everything. Now right here will be a little bit of a library, then maybe a formal sitting room, and I'm gonna do not right there, a long hallway like this. Okay, and we will have the formal staircase that goes right up there. Then we're going to have our kitchen here. This will be the dining room, and then maybe a slightly less formal sitting room here, and a powder room here. So that is the first floor. Second floor, we've got this crazy octagon. So we're just going to lean into the octagon again, right like that. We will have a bedroom here and a nice large bathroom here. And then we will have a bedroom here. And we are going to have our staircase coming up here, which is fine. We'll do that in just a quick minute. Now, I can't really keep the roof from poking through, but as you're playing it, as long as you've got your roof down, you don't see it, and they don't care because they can't see it. And on the top floor, we have the oblong octagon, so we will do that. Then we have another bedroom here, a smaller bathroom here, and again, another bedroom here with basically a powder room right there. The staircase will come up here, right like that. And just in case I need it, I'm going to put a wall right there just in case I want to build something over the staircase, because you have to have it defined before you put it there. So that is the floor plan that I'm going to do. Now I have to activate move objects on so I can put my staircases in. Legitimately, at this point, I am not going for it looking good. I'm going for it sucking less. Honestly, it sucks less. It's not good. It sucks less. And when that's your goal, you work with it. So it does suck less. But now I'm going to go ahead and texture it. There might be some other things that I throw in on these various landings, but it is such a poor use of space. But I feel like I have actually accomplished more. I probably want something over here. I don't know what, but we will get maybe another bathroom, maybe a smaller bathroom right here. I don't know. Haven't made a final decision. So after adding all doors and preliminary textures and archways, this is what I have. Again, I am not going for good here. I am going for sucking less than it already did. And I feel like I might have achieved that. I might get rid of these single tile archways that are at the end of the hallway, but I haven't decided that. So they are there just in case I want them. But yes, I have the archways all the way through, so they are adjacent. And again, we've got our kitchen, dining room, some kind of sitting room, grand entranceway, which is actually not that grand, hallway. And so yes, I've kind of clued in a few other spaces up here to really take advantage of it. There's only one good sized bathroom on the second level, but there are 2 bathrooms on the third level, so we've got enough bathrooms anyway. And now I'm going to spend some time furnishing it and putting all the textures on the way it should be. And that's probably going to take me many hours because it's a long time. I know it took me about 9 hours to do the goth house, so I hope it doesn't take me quite this long. But yeah, that's going to take a while. And so I'll be back. So it actually didn't take 9 hours, which was somewhat surprising, possibly because I didn't spend a lot of time restarting my computer like I did with the Goth Mansion, but let's go ahead and take a look. Now I've basically shown you everything that I did with the exterior, replacing the stairs, the railing. I did actually also replace the shingles with this nice brick. It's dark, but it's not, it's just nicer, as well as replacing the foundation. And I did, of course, give the eaves this same texture that is found on the garage, and also gave the roof, chose the roof that has that same color to pull everything together. So with the new roof and not having those stupid dormers up there that have no business on a roof this shape, I think overall that looks significantly better. So let's go inside. Now, as we approach it, we have florals on either side of the door, which I positioned right here as opposed to over here where it was originally. It just makes more sense because it's centrally located. Let's go ahead and go in. It's going to be hard. And in the entryway, we have a lot of archways that we can look out to the various rooms from. So this is not meant to be a closed situation. It's supposed to be very open but defined. Immediately to the right of the entryway would be a formal receiving room where we have good conversation, have a cigarette or cigar and an adult beverage mixed here. Back through the hall and adjacent to the receiving room is the library. It has quite a bit in the way of paintings. And it also has, oh my goodness, this is not easy, an entire wall of bookcases because that just seemed appropriate. This is a very literate family. Across the hallway from the library is the kitchen, and it is quite dark. I used the romantic kitchen fixtures. I'm quite pleased with how much clutter I have here on the counter. It doesn't actually count as clutter because, or at least it doesn't take any counter space because it's all on a shelf that I lowered to this level, so none of it actually takes shelf space or counter space, so they can use this and they can use this counter because these things are not actually sitting on it. And over here I also have some more clutter in addition to these ingredients. There's some cereal boxes and what I'm calling cookbooks. And through the hallway again and adjacent to the kitchen would be the formal dining room. There is actually an eating space in the kitchen. Use the very high-end stuff from Apartment Life. I like to always place a dresser as a sideboard somewhere in a dining room, so it fit very nicely in this little alcove right here. And it's fairly sparsely decorated, 2 nice paintings and 3 plant life things. And then there's an informal sitting room where they watch TV, possibly play games, do the smussle, and they look back at family members who were turned into badgers, apparently. Just saying. Now, the top of the stairs, there is a little landing that goes out to a balcony. Turn the corner, and we have a chess set. And then directly to my left that you can't see is actually a little office. Here's a little office area that has an old-timey typewriter and an old-timey telephone, and some clutter that I placed that looked appropriate. Going forward from the chess set is the master bedroom, and we've got 2 comfy chairs to sit in and enjoy each other's company. One of the best beds in the game, the medieval one that comes with University, couple of dressers, picture of Bella, because we love Bella. Yes, we do. Some candles for romance. And they do have an ensuite bath. And the ensuite bath has a toilet, a tub, a walk-in shower, and dual vanity. There's even some art in here. And through there is the master closet. Now, if we go past the desk, we enter basically what is a nursery. I think of it as a grow with me room because it can be used for newborn, toddler, and first big bed. So it's sweet, it's cozy. Now, the octagon room on this floor is dedicated to arts and crafts. Unfortunately, the roof does poke in here, but if we set the roof off, we don't see it, and they don't mind either. So we've got all of the craftables in here. plus an easel. So it's to where we go. And so back out, we've got the chest set and the desk, and now we'll go up to the next floor. So as we come up the next floor, we are presented with a masculine teenage room. We've got some sports stuff, got some messy stuff. It's got a cozy chair. Sports, but also a bit musical, and that's okay. You know, he can have more than one interest. And we're using the shakely bed and the shakely dressers to go with it. Strangely enough, I could put plants on it. I could put two things on it, but I couldn't put lamps on it. Maybe I couldn't put those particular lamps. And there is a very small closet here. It's mostly a reach-in closet, which legitimately would never be used because there's two dressers, but it's what I did. There's a little love seat and a gallery with Bella in it because it's Bella, right? And then through here we have a more feminine youth bedroom. So we've got a little vanity area for her here, plus her cork board. And now I kind of leaned into a bit of a romantic feel with both the Asian concepts as well as the French lily pad, which are supposed to be Monet's water lilies, but they're not Monet's. Like this is Edgar Degas' ballerinas, but they didn't say that was Edgar Degas. So this is Big Sister's little ballet area here where she works. And again, the very feminine Asian look. And she has a bathroom of her own. Has the toilet, the tub, the walk-in shower, and also her own walk-in closet. And brother doesn't have an ensuite bath, but there is a nice bathroom for him with a walk-in shower, a toilet, and a nice vanity area. Now these might be vampires, but nothing says they actually have to sleep in a coffin, so the downstairs is a rec room. We've got pool, we've got sports, band, we've got a train set complete with a fire extinguisher because the thing will catch fire. Through here is the workout gym, and through here is an additional ballet area. Big Sister obviously has her own, but this is for everybody to use. So that's it. That's my redesign of the single worst build in The Sims 2 and possibly the worst build in the entire franchise. I haven't found one that's worse, but I don't know Sims 3 builds very well at all. And honestly, I don't care enough to look at them because I don't like the game. Anyway, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I will see you soon in the pixelated world, and that's all I have to say. VK out.